protect witnesses, we need a law in place, non-categorization of IG officers and rights officers under the Anti-Corruption and Laundering Act. The categorized officers include the DPP, the chair and the ED and deputy of the finance, overfinding financial intelligence authority, and we are not one of the categorized officers. So you find that we cannot conduct some activities. You've also noted that there's a lot of outcry, public outcry with the District Service Commission. You find that local governments, the role of the District Service Commission was totally decentralized, which gives a lot of power to the politicians. And since I'm talking to the politicians, you well know that sometimes we have interests in who gets to these District Service Commissions at local government. No wonder we have a lot of discrepancies when it comes to appointments and the disciplinary actions. We require, therefore, Parliament to support the review of the existing laws and enact the relevant laws to fight corruption. Lack of designated funding for the transparency, accountability, and anti-corruption rollout. We request that you support this initiative so that we mainstream this transparency and accountability mechanisms to enable the executive of government.
Constitution and under the law, you are the one who is mandated to do the work that Honorable Minister Baram is doing. Should we assume that you have abdicated the role and we bring your office and we go and give it to the local government to be the one Baram to do the work? The third one, we know you are working, that you are telling us there is no money. Our role is to help you. But you can't be helped if you have not come to us. What are you doing regarding the budgetary, especially the budgetary misallocations, and may term it that way? Because when you see regions, you have a lot of officers in regions. Some of the offices, when you go there, your offices, they lack the basic things. I might attribute it to lack of funds, maybe. And this is the IGG. As public officers here, we know you are mandated to come and tell us how.
Small fish and big fish. They will tell us that IGG only catches small fish. And if you tell us, is that true? And also update us on how far you are going the big fish.
2.5 liters.
It appears that most of the investigations done by IDG comes into action after someone has talked about the point. For example, when a comment comes and there is corruption, for example, when the president says something, that's when you see IDG coming into action. Is that the trend? Or for how long shall we say that?
Now, IDD again wants to get more power, especially when it comes to anti-money laundering. Because we have an agency which is responsible for finance, insurance, agency. Yes, you have a case, you can refer to that. And you have an anti-money laundering. Instead of you wanting that power, when you are doing failed money, what I have. I have to confess that I'm partly responsible because the laws that you have, the very people who practice the laws. Leadership on act, and then the people's government act, plus others. When you did the review and then gave a lot of powers that you have now. And now, those powers, you didn't want more when the agencies which have been created since then handle that. Why? Because handle efficiently what you are supposed to do first. Secondly, you seem to be selectively choose cases, which ones to handle. Last week we had the Humanitarian Commission here.
My concern is because you're here to help you execute your mandate. and I'm interested in knowing the cases you deal with. My brother has talked of big fish and small fish. You realize that you are faced with people who are involved in these corruption scandals, who are very powerful in this country. Now you know, because normally we are here to talk about budget, about your security. Would it be one of the things hindering you from executing your mandate because you're afraid of executing it, that you fear the consequences after following that?
We live in the same society that all of us, the public is always willing to glorify the corrupt. Actually, there's a study that was conducted by Barometer, and it's noted that over 83% of Ugandans believe that citizens who report corruption risk retaliation. Others believe that corruption has now become a way of life, and they are therefore not, they're indifferent about joining the fight. This kind of perception, Honorable Chair and members, has weakened public confidence in the institution of the executive government and other like institutions that fight corruption. It has reduced citizen participation, and it diminishes the effectiveness of anti-corruption intervention. We find that any intervention by us will now ask, how about you have got arrested so and so? The racist member of parliament, welcome, we have the vote for this member of parliament. There's hardly any appreciation from what action that the government takes. And we hope that Parliament can provide more funding for behavior and mindset change initiatives, be willing to support these initiatives, civic education, nationwide public awareness programs to address negative societal norms, but even
whether we are the deputy IGG, the footpath was presented to us. It's actually a homemaking because it is not signed and Parliament is a place of report. For that matter, I want us to understand whether this is a document and if yes, you can put it on record so that for future reference we can have this